All right, guys, in case you haven't learned yet, I get on little kicks and go on little tantrums and sprees about things. These are actually the little spawns off of the palm trees at the dealership that were growing around the base. So I dug them up, cut them off, and have replanted them. We'll see what they turn into. I have no clue whether they'll even root or what they'll do, but we'll give it a try. But we planted a weeping willow tree when we lost the baby as a remembrance on the family land, so that we'd always be able to watch and look at it grow, since we can't watch the baby grow. And then I got on a little kick of that. So these are all little sticks that were cut and rooted of weeping willow trees. So we'll take a couple of these down to the family farm. Might plant one on the island, which would be beautiful to see it grow and droop over top of the pond. And then a couple others scattered on some adjoining property. But these things are growing super healthy. But in doing that, going down that path, I said, what's the biggest tree you can grow? One of the fastest growing trees you can grow. And I bought a redwood tree and had it shipped from California, where the redwoods grow. And we're gonna do it'll take a long time, but this tree is gonna be part of the channel. So currently, we are dead at 13 inches tall. Let's call it 1 foot to the stem there. And this little stick is actually just a broke off part that I shoved in here from the tree we planted for the baby. And it's already starting to root. So we'll have to separate that soon, but literally just stuck that in there just for a little test. We're gonna watch this grow. Now the sad part is, not one person watching this video right now, unless you're watching it in the huge future, will ever be able to see a redwood tree get to its full growth. Or even big enough, I made a joke that I was gonna plant this in the middle of our driveway, and you had to detour around it for 50 years till we could cut a hole in it and drive a car through it. In case you've never explored what redwood trees look like or what redwood trees can be, here's a couple pictures just so you can see. I'll drop them in right here. And still transplanting that original hosta. Starting to get a little bad looking because it's starting to get cold. And got one little broken off palm tree part that I planted, and that's coming back too. So yes, I do get on some tangents and some kicks, and whether it be square bodies or three-wheelers or four-wheelers or Camaros, whatever it may be. But plants can live with you forever. That redwood tree will definitely keep it growing. That's a pretty big piece of the hosta that I rooted over from one little stick. Literally one little piece like that. Late last winter, and that's how big it is now. And next year I'll put it in the ground because it's getting too cold now. But nature's a wild thing, but it is kind of sad to think none of us will live long enough to watch this tree, even though it says these trees grow 3 to 5 feet per year. We'll never see it get to its true potential, but you can be assured somewhere on that tree I'm gonna put a marking or a tag or something, so that everybody hundreds of years from now will know that we planted it from that little. Maybe I'll put a little tagline to go back to this video. 12-inch redwood tree in a, currently, let's just keep it all good for test purposes, in a 22-inch pot, 18 inches tall. Let's see how it grows. And I'll take y'all along for all the transplants as it goes. I don't have any bigger buckets, so the next bucket we'll have to order. Get a bigger one, but we'll keep it in the greenhouse for now. So it gets a good hold on it for the winter. They say they like sopping wet water, so we'll get a drip hose in here. And they love water just like the weeping willows, and I love to keep things watered, sometimes overwatered. So anyway, follow along that journey. Things will be pretty neat. And yes, you can take a stick or a limb of a weeping willow and root it. I've got 14 more in water currently, growing roots. So we'll have 21 healthy weeping willow trees if they take root. But that's the latest one that I just put in here. Little bitty thing, but roots are growing like crazy. And we're changing up with a little bit different soil too. See what happens there. See which one they like the best. Mulchy soil, sandy soil, potting soil. We'll see how it goes.